Okay. Now, no class def found error versus class not found exception. Look at these names and find out the difference if you can find out, or you can guess. No class def found error versus class not found exception. We are going to discuss the difference, but can you guess what must be the difference here?
The
Sir,
class
in
and class not found exception. Like
so class not found exception will come that time when dot class file is not there and no class
Yeah.
defined is
No. When
I'm
we
not asking
give a Java
about
C,
meaning. I'm not asking about meaning. Meaning we will understand. Meaning I will explain you.
एक error है, एक exception
error
है.
एक exception है.
बराबर. That is what I wanted. एक error है. That means no class they found error comes under that error hierarchy, and class not found exception comes under exception, and that too checked exception. So class not found exception is a checked exception, and no class they found error is a error. अभी दोनों में difference क्या है? There is a separate folder. No class def found error versus class not found exception. No class def found error versus class not found exception. So the difference I show you. If you can see this 1, 2, 3, huh? One here. Read that one point. No class def found error is an error, while class not found exception is a checked exception, which you correctly guess. You only said it is exception. I added to that point. I said checked exception. So no class def found error is an error, while class not found exception is a checked exception. Second point is very, very important, because second point explains you when they come. When they come. So no class def found error comes when class was present during compile time but not available at runtime. So class was present during compile time but not available at runtime. While class not found exception comes when class loader is asked to load a class dynamically using for name or other methods, and class is not present in the class path. When you ask class loader to load a particular class and that class is not then the class path, what class loader will do? Class loader can't load that class because class path is not set. तो वहां पे आएगा class not found exception, and no class def found error आएगा when class was present during compile time but during runtime class is not present. Now I will show you both these demos. They are there. They are in that folder. See, class not found folder separately and no class def found error folder separately. So first of all, no class def found error. यहाँ पे demo है. Instructions are given, but no need to read those instructions. I am showing you demo. I am showing you demo. Demo.java. Look at that demo.java. What you see here, class Y, class Z, class demo. Class Y, class Z, class demo. Now, you know very well this concept. When you compile demo.java, how many dot class files you will get?
Classes.
Three.
Three.
Demo dot class, z dot class, and y dot class. Correct? Huh? Demo dot class, z dot class, and y dot class. Inside demo, you are using that y. Inside main, you are using z. Huh? Now, if I run this code, Java demo, so it will run. Successful execution. If I check dot class files, demo dot class, y dot class, z dot class. Now suppose if I remove z dot class, del z dot class. Now you'll say what is great in that? Compile again. When you compile again dot class will be generated. But here, instead of recompiling, if I run my Java demo, so at that time, what is the scenario? When I run Java demo, z dot class is not available. It was there at the time of compiling, but now it is not there. So what will happen? In main print करने के बाद, when it tries to access z dot class is not there. So what exception you get? What error you get? No class def found error. So no class def found error comes when class was present during compile time but not available during runtime. No doubt if I again compile and run the code, it will work. But if I delete, this time if I delete y dot class and try to run Java demo, in the beginning itself it will say no class def found error because that y is static, na? Eager resolution, correct? So no class def found error comes when the class is present during compile time but not available during runtime.
Sir, can this error occur between client developer ka scenario? Never, no?
It can happen if client by mistake deletes dot class file and try to execute the file. It's not because of developer's fault. Developer has shared dot class file. So now when client is trying to run that code, and suppose before that by mistake he deletes that dot class file, तो वहाँ पे problem आ सकता है.
Okay.
In that
Sir,
case,
how-
client will have to ask dot class file again from the developer.
But sir, we'll give
But
jar,
jar
na?
file is
हाँ, तो वही ना jar file. Suppose he opens that jar file and deletes the dot class file. So in that case, this problem can occur
Okay.
because client is also Java programmer. He knows how to open the jar file and destroy that dot class file. Okay. Now no class not found exception. Class not found. So class not found का what did we read in that note? Class not found exception comes when we ask class loader to load a particular class and that class is not present in the class path. At that time, class not found exception comes. Class not found exception com.mysql.jdbc.driver. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? Yeah. Class.forName. Now you know class. What is class? Class in Java? In Java, whenever any class gets loaded, it is represented by instance of class. Class.forName का meaning है forName is a static method of class. forName is a static method of class. What is the use of forName? forName is used to load a particular class. forName is used to load a particular class. So here we are trying to load com.mysql.jdbc.driver class. यहाँ पे how will you understand this? Driver is the class. driver is a class. It is there inside JDBC package. JDBC package is there inside MySQL package. MySQL package is inside com package. That's why this syntax com.mysql.jdbc.driver. But in short, what is happening here? What is happening here, you try to understand. We are asking class loader. Which class loader? System class loader. Because you remember that discussion. System class loader is supposed to load those classes which are set in the class path, for which developer sets the class path. So we ask class loader to load driver class. But we haven't set the class path, have we? No, we haven't set the class path. Na command prompt पे कहाँ class path set किया है? We just run our demo. So without setting class path, we are asking class loader to load this driver. Now class loader does not find this driver in the class path. Which class path ही नहीं set किया है. So at that time, which exception comes? Class not found exception comes. So that is the difference.
Sir, how to set that class in class path?
हाँ, वो एक jar file available होती है. Now this is the class we are going to see in JDBC topic. So at that time you will have to set the class path where this driver is there and then run the code.
Sir,
So
otherwise
build
it
path
will give
Eclipse
that
पे-
exception.
Yeah, build path. वो जो करते हैं ना build path,
हाँ,
add external jar. That is the
yes, sir.
setting the class path. Up till now you have set the class path in client code, na? Developer gives a jar file to client and client says the class path of that jar file and then client can access. तो वहाँ पे
Yes,
client
sir.
को कभी exception नहीं आता है class path.